previous one. I guess we could talk about Extreme Rules now. What do you say?
Yep. All right. So, for what match are we going to talk about first?
I should have planned this ahead of time, but here I'm gonna look up the Extreme Rules card and go by that.
I do it based off the top of my head. There's going to be Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler for the pre-show in a no DQ match.
Which, by the way, before we get to that,
yeah.
Emma's injured. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's why they've been pushing Dana Brooke in her place. It's kind of like why they're pushing Colin Cassidy while Enzo Amore's injured, so they have something to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been thinking a lot since Emma has been injured, and honestly, I wasn't all for this idea, but it's been said a lot now, and since this could help prevent WWE's injuries, maybe, and I really can't believe I'm saying this, maybe the roster can't really handle a third hour. Maybe they need to stick to 2 hours. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the reason why NXT won't go to 2 hours is because they don't want to overwork. It's not mainly they don't want to overwork. It's more they don't want to oversaturate their roster to the crowd, because if they see the same talent competing every week, Triple H knows that they're gonna get uninterested.
That's the same reason why they don't have them compete in the same week twice or 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. That's another reason. Remember when I was talking about TNA, how the crowd they're used to seeing the same talent every week, so they've been desaturated, so they're not as interested.
Mm-hmm.
That's what has also happened with the main roster. How people have been waiting to see AJ Styles and Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson in the main roster. They're finally here, but we're seeing them compete against Roman Reigns and the Usos every single week. Not even just one, but 2 times out of the week on both Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
It's just people are tired of it.
It gets boring.
It gets boring. It's getting boring seeing the same talent not once but twice out of the week. Like,
yeah, I remember Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose had a main event match the week after WrestleMania, and it was a hell of a match. But after seeing them so many times compete, it was very, very hard to get into. Like, as a fan, remember, we here on PLK, we're not critics, we're fans.
Yep.
So, as a fan, it's just way too hard to get into once you see it way too many times. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's totally relatable, honestly.
It's reasons like that, like during the whole endless amount of feuds with John Cena and Randy Orton, why I got back in. That's one of the reasons why I started heavily watching indie wrestling, because I was tired of seeing the same fiasco nonsense every week, and I just needed. And I wasn't tired. I was just like burnt out, so I had to find something else to watch.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think if you I don't know. It's tough when you really see the same competition twice. But since we're talking about competition being shown twice, I think since we haven't really brought it up, but it's been circulating all over other shows and podcasts, let's talk about the brand split idea that everybody either is for or against. So, Jordan, it's time to do some pros and cons. Are you pro brand split or con brand split?
Pro.
Pro? Yeah, and so am I. If you don't mind, I'll give my reasons first.
All right.
I think with this one, there's more storylines to come out of it. I know everybody's saying, "Oh, more talent could be showcased with the brand split." While yes, that is true. I want to see more storylines, more or less, and plus a universal champion competing on both shows would bring some intrigue to the title, in my opinion. Um, on top of that, I think for live events, they could do what they do with WWE and NXT on occasions. They could have some crossover matches, like one or interpromotional matches, as they used to call it back in the day. They could have like one wrestler, Randy Orton from SmackDown, could wrestle freaking Kevin Owens from Raw. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking from that perspective. I think it'll be good on ratings and on health. That's how I think of it.
Yeah.
What about you, Jordan? Pros and cons?
The pros is obviously it's more talent can be showcased since they won't be it's not going to be the same talent, oversaturated over and over again like it is now with the club in the bloodline, because it's going to be two groups of talented wrestlers on a roster, two talented rosters on one show. So it's going to be like NXT plus 2 hours gives um wrestlers more time to make themselves known, because it's not going to be the same people every week. It's going to be rotations, just like NXT, a group of wrestlers on Raw one week and a group of wrestlers on Raw the next week. Same with SmackDown. So it's going to be a better opportunity for more wrestlers, just like it was in the Russo's Aggression era. More wrestlers to have free time, more and more time to get their characters known to the crowd, rather than this era of I say the main roster has more jobbers than any era I've ever seen in the WWE. Haven't you noticed that?
I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but I'd say there's been years where they've had more. Like in 2009,
Yeah.
they had a ton of jobbers, but
But they had more opportunities to get their characters off. So even if they were jobbers, we at least were able to see them more times out of the week. So we were more familiarized with their character. Like
true.
honestly, we almost never see like Heath Slater, Bo Dallas on TV because there's just no time.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm It kind now that I mentioned the jobbers, I went back, like dated to back how there's for the golden era, the new generation era, when there wasn't a brand split. It was just the same. There was a large group of jobbers for the reason that they were oversaturating the main eventers, because those are the main attractions, what people want to see.
Mm.
But with the brand split, that's changed because they have the rotations. They have they had the multiple different titles, because they had the Intercontinental title, the United States title, the Cruiserweight Championship, two different tag team championships, the World Heavyweight Championship, WWE Championship, Hardcore Championship, European Championship, Light Heavyweight Championship,
Mm.
and they would just throw away the ones that they didn't need and work with. They just have more to work with then than they do now, all because of the time frame.
Mm. Okay.
That's what they should change. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now, I personally, I don't know if this is due to nostalgic reasons or whatever, but I can't really see any cons to having a brand split. However, you're more open minded than I am when it comes to wrestling based stuff. So, if you can see any cons, please enlighten us.
See any cons with a brand split? The only cons I can see is you won't be able to see feuds between wrestlers that are on two different brands. That's the only thing. Like, say if AJ Styles was exclusively to SmackDown and Roman Reigns was exclusively to Raw, like that type of thing. Like the only time you would be able to see them feud with each other is like one time out of the year for Survivor Series, when they have a Raw versus SmackDown thing like they used to do.
That's true. But even then, I think that would be a double-edged sword where
Yeah.
that'll make the feud more special.
True.
Yeah. Okay, so we came to that. I know. Let's let's finally get to Extreme Rules and talk about the card. So first match on the card, you mentioned this: Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler.
I feel after seeing his match with Sheamus on SmackDown, I feel like he actually has a chance at winning this match, especially since there's no DQ.
Mm-hmm. So do you think he's gonna win like off of a? Do you see him winning cleanly?
I feel like Baron Corbin's gonna come at him with a chair. He's gonna super kick the chair into Baron Corbin's face and then hit him with a zigzag.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be the. I'd be fine with any finish, honestly, as long as it's a good match. Yeah.
Unless they do what they did with Austin Aries and he catches Baron slipping, hits him with like a schoolboy or something, and then beats Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin just throws a hissy fit and walks away.
You know, it's funny. They actually did that. I think the pay-per-view prior, Baron Corbin and Ziggler on the pre-show. That'd be a waste of time, honestly. Yeah.
It would make sense why they put it on the pre-show, though, which would be even more stupid. Because that would mean they planned this crap out.
Yeah. Okay, so nothing really too much to talk about there. Next is the Texas Tornado match. The Usos versus Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
I feel like Gallows and Anderson are going to win.
Yeah, I'd like to think that too. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure who's going to win on this one, honestly. I could see them being fed to the Usos, but I could also see the club winning. Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Cause to me, I feel like they don't want to give the belts back to the Usos just yet, so they're going to use this win to have the Gallows and Anderson jump in and have a feud with the New Day, since the New Day are technically babyface right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they never do a babyface versus babyface storyline because WWE Vince is all about good versus evil and whatnot. That's why I feel like they're gonna
have the club go in as the heel.
Yeah.
Okay. If I were being honest here, I wouldn't have even had the interaction of the club and AJ Styles, simply because I don't really want AJ Styles as a heel. Like if I were running the company, I wouldn't have AJ Styles running around as the heel if they had
with all the merchandise he was selling. Exactly. I'm surprised they're turning.
Yeah, and really, it's hard to tell that he's even heel. To me, it just seems like he's trying to fight this on his own up until Reigns sucker punched him one time and kept harassing him enough that his friend.
That's why people expect Finn Balor to come up and turn heel as a like secret. Because my friend brought up a good theory on how they're going with there's a guy in the background that we're not telling you about thing between Gallows and Anderson, because keep in mind that they started Bullet Club with Finn Balor before AJ Styles even came to New Japan. So they can have a thing going on, like if you're not with us all the way, we're gonna get somebody that is, and that man could be Finn Balor. So he goes and has a feud with AJ Styles, like you destroyed my stable, made it what it's not to be, so we get a heel Balor versus face Styles feud going on.
I can see that.
I hope they do that so that it keeps John Cena away from AJ Styles.
Oh man, yeah. Well, yeah, save that for WrestleMania. If it were up to me, I would save John Cena versus AJ Styles for WrestleMania. Yeah. Which, by the way, shameless plug. I made a stream a WrestleMania 33 Dream card. You can check that out on my channel if you want. I'll leave the link below. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry, but anyway.
I'll give you the views that you so desperately require.
Thank you. Now, yeah. Okay, so getting on to that. Yeah. I it's hard to say who would come out of that. I would probably go with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, simply because it's their first pay-per-view, and honestly, I don't see them going out just losing for no reason. They're already looking kind of bad. They're already kind of looking bad as it is.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I do hope your idea does come to fruition. I mean, even though I kind of wanted to see Finn Balor go to the main roster as a face, I mean, only because it'll be weird to see. I feel like he would get the Biggie Langston effect where he would come in as a heel and then be on NXT as a face. It'll just be weird. But I mean, I definitely want to see him feud with AJ Styles sometime down the line.
But if you aren't sold on the heel Balor thing, you just gotta look at his 2-year run in New Japan with the Bullet Club as the Real Rock and Roller, which was kind of like a Nerf Jericho gimmick. That's what heel Balor is way better than face Balor. He's more in your face, smash mouth, and it's just something you got. It's something because we never seen heel Balor in NXT, so a lot of people aren't sold on the whole heel Balor thing. But once it's kind of like Jericho. He can play both the face and the heel, but we much rather see him as the heel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Balor, this thought just totally popped up in my head. I think they're saving Balor's call up for when Hideo Itami comes and returns, so that way Itami could hold the fort down, so to speak, as the baby face of NXT. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a good question. Let me see. If they get rid of Balor and Itami, I'm thinking, when is Itami supposed to even come back?
Well, I mean, he's been out for a little while now. I know he's been rumored to return soon, but
they may do that because I keep hearing rumors that Nakamura isn't going to stay at NXT much longer because the whole thing that he's like years ahead of most of the talent in terms of experience because, like I said, he was one of the two pioneers that helped build New Japan into what it is today. So he's a veteran. He's a veteran in a developmental TV program, which is like showing like really hard especially with his match with Sami Zayn and stuff. He's putting on 5-star matches with everybody he goes against. It's just like he can't stay on NXT for much longer. He's gonna end up going to the main roster.
Okay,
jumping. So he can't take Balor's place as a top eight because they're gonna need somebody that's gonna be there long term to feud with all the new talent coming through. And it could have been Apollo Crews, but
he
got called up. Yeah.
In my opinion, it's kind of a mistake because he got caught up early.
Yep.
Yeah, but
and now they don't know what to do with him.
Such is life. Yeah. Okay.
So
I personally do think Hideo Itami has a shot at that.
The only person I can't see is Hideo Itami.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really see anybody else. Okay. So next match on the card is the very first ever Asylum match: Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho.
When I first saw that, like, I couldn't take it seriously with the pot and the mop and the bucket, but knowing Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho, I feel like I'm they're gonna change my mind. I feel like they're gonna do something with all that nonsense up there.
Plus, they have a barbed wire and a fire extinguisher. So
Yep.
yeah.
Like, to me, it looks like a PG version of the Cage of Death match. Instead of glass cages, chairs, and all that other stuff, it's a mop, a bucket, a bunch of other besides the barbed wire or something. But I feel like it's still going to be a good match regardless because it's Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah, that's just a given. I can honestly see both of these guys coming out the winner. I think Jericho simply for the even Stevens booking that they do sometimes, but I can also see them finally giving something for Ambrose to ride on into his legacy, get his big break because he is getting over, and they have been teasing him as a top star.
Yep.
There's no denying that. I mean, granted, I'm more reassured now because I was worried that they were just gonna leave him out in the shuffle. But now I could see that they want to do something with him, and I hope that they do something with him. And I think this win will be his big break.
I can see him winning this match and then going on a feud with Seth Rollins returning next month, probably, most likely returning next month.
I could see Seth Rollins. Honestly, I want to see Seth Rollins return at either Money in the Bank or the Royal Rumble. I don't want to see him in the title picture up until the Royal Rumble. I want to see him return it at Money in the Bank in the summer, of course. But I want to see him return as a face. That way he could reunite with the Shield or whatever. Unless Roman Reigns is a heel, which chances are they'll do.
I already told you guys I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy, but now I'm a bad guy.
He's more or less a tweener now. I think that's the closest we'll get to seeing a heel Reigns at this point. Yeah. By the way, he's not turning heel, you guys watching, and part of this is your fault because you guys react to him way too freaking much. You gave him the Cena effect, and I hate to sound harsh here, but it's true. I think if you guys, instead of reacting to Roman with the dueling chants, like, let's go Roman sucks, how about do what they do at NXT, where let's say it's Sasha Banks and Bayley, so let's go Sasha Bayley. You know what I mean?
See, it's a lot easier with NXT because it's a younger crowd that thinks alike, and they put over who they want to put over. Like the casual crowd is much different. That's like Vince knows. It's like controlling sheep with a herd. Like he's like the shepherd.
But this is also the smart crowd that does this too. This crap that chanting that Roman sucks is somehow gonna dethrone him off of WWE's top stars to be list. You know.
But the whole thing with the main roster is it really doesn't matter what the crowd does. Vince is gonna do what he wants to do anyway. That's the whole point of the main roster.
Right, but it's like you said one time. WWE rides off of reaction, correct?
Yeah, but with specific wrestlers, but with wrestlers such as Roman Reigns, that they're gonna push through the moon anyway, regardless of what we're gonna do, they're gonna push them through the moon.
Okay, well, actually, you got me there. That's actually a moot point. I can't debate that. Yeah, this is why they call you the wrestling fanatic. Okay, so yeah, I think to some extent we are responsible for this nonsense of Roman Reigns not getting over.
I feel like we did Roman Reigns justice by at least, even though they're gonna continue to shove him down our throats.
Yeah. I was gonna say we brought out at least the smug side of Roman Reigns, which was the only good in it. But you know what? Booing the guy just isn't going to do anything. Neither is cheering the guy. You know, go for the other guy. Don't react when he comes out. What more is there to say? I mean, if I don't like a song, I don't react to it. Even though I may have it stuck in my head for days, thank you, Jordan, for bringing that stupid Panda song to my attention, by the way, which now I'm contradicting myself. But anyway. Anyway.
And credit card and scanner. Something. Legacy.
Anyway, normally I don't react to things I don't like. Unless it really pisses me off to an extent. I mean, when I mentioned the song, that was just for jokes, really. But anyway, yeah. You guys kept booing him so much. Now WWE's writing so much off of the wave of negativity like they do Cena and Hogan. Now you have Roman, Cena, Hogan.
The sad part is Vince knows that if the smart crowd gives zero reaction, that just leaves the casual crowd who basically cheers whoever he wants them to cheer. So if they stay quiet and they cheer, they're just going to end up becoming Hogan regardless of what they say. So at least if they voice their opinion, there's a chance that he'll change their character in the future. If the smart crowd didn't boo Roman Reigns, we would have still been hearing some for suffering succotash promos to this day.
Yeah, again, you got me.
That's the whole problem with because they tried that with Eva Marie. Somebody even brought a book to the
yeah, I heard about that. The guy was reading a book as Eva Marie was wrestling. You can't make that shit up. That's too funny.
The sad part is, regardless of what they do, they're gonna do what they want to do with the wrestler.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
It is.
Show business. So you just gotta cross your fingers and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's really it.
It's all that politics. That's reasons why wrestlers like the Young Bucks they're the only wrestler I know that turned down WWE offers for the reason that they don't want to deal with the politics.
Yeah. That's the same reason CM Punk left.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gone.
So it's either you conform to what they're doing or you just leave.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sad to say.
And and it sucks because it's like, you know, as much as you'd like to think that one of your favorite stars, i.e. Ambrose, i.e. Becky Lynch, and these are my opinions, right? I'm just using you as examples. You know, it sucks to when you know that they're not going to go over a guy. Like I was prepared to do a podcast and put a stipulation, and I forgot what the stipulation was, but I remember that if Ambrose doesn't win, Lynch doesn't win, and AJ Styles and I think some other match. No, actually it was just Styles, Ambrose, and Becky Lynch. If either of those three win, I would stop doing the podcast Legend Killers thing for a year. That was going to be the stipulation, I think. I don't remember. But I thought nah, because I realized one of those three are going to at least win. And here's the funny thing about it. None of them won.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how much it kills me inside when I watch this stuff. Because no matter what, the politics will get to you eventually. You know, you just can't. How should I put it? You just can't expect magic, no matter how much you voice your opinion. I mean, you can, but you have to have somebody in there, like fighting into it. You know, somebody in the business actually politicking their way in that spot. Like, you know, when CM Punk spoke the voice of the voiceless, boy, prior to that, did we think it was end of the road for WWE?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man, it's just...
Yeah. That's why when it comes to WWE, I tend to just, like, do what... I forgot which wrestler said this. It was recent, too. He said with when it comes to WWE, you just got to shut up and enjoy the show. Mainly for the reason that Vince isn't going to really listen to you anyway, because it's his show and he's going to do what he wants with it.
That's true.
what I do is I do just that. That's why when when we're watching the pay-per-view, David's going off raging on what they should do,
Mhm.
or he's not gonna watch or stuff like that. People rage. I just laugh and go along because I know that this is how it is and this is how it's gonna be for a long time, either
Yeah,
until Vince retires or something or
yeah.
something else happens to him. That's why I watch multiple wrestling promotions. So if I don't like what's going on here, I'll just go watch something else. That's how it is.
I agree. It's just like you sound so similar to my situation with Josh, who constantly rages about WWE's product. When he said Sting got buried by Triple H at WrestleMania, I was so floored at that statement. Like, he didn't even enjoy the fact that Sting was at WrestleMania.
Yes,
Well,
Sting was
he
at
did
WrestleMania.
enjoy it. He did enjoy the match. He did enjoy all that stuff. But he literally let that moment ruin Sting's entire position in WWE because of that.
To me,
And
if the wrestler enjoyed it, I enjoyed it.
yeah, yeah. And honestly, as a wrestling fan, I enjoyed the match. I mean, I didn't agree with it, but I enjoyed the match itself.
I had
You
a
know?
nostalgia trip in that match.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
with the whole
yeah,
NWO with
of
DX.
course. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I actually agree with you. I could actually see why, yeah. Now looking back at it, I could see why. But yeah, man, I totally agree with you on that. Just shut up and enjoy the show. And if you don't like it, then watch another product. That's true. Um,
That's why I seen a
in,
post because I'm a fan of many pages on the internet, be it Twitter, Facebook. I'm gonna share it on the Hangouts call. It's promote what you love, not what you hate.
hmm. Is there
So
a way you can
yeah,
promote that to everybody? Like what? Well, I mean, there's no
yeah.
one watching right now. There was a viewer earlier, but is there any way you could promote that to like the main chat so like everybody who might tune in later could watch that?
I'm gonna put it on. I can throw it on since this is like the tapings and whatnot. I can when I edit it, I'm gonna probably throw it up
Like
on the
in the
screen. But nah, I'm gonna probably post it on the Facebook page and the Google Plus page as well,
okay, that
so
works.
people can see it. Yeah, promote what you love, not what you hate.
Yeah, that right there is a symbolism of truth right there because that was actually the point I was trying to make with the Roman Reigns situation.
Yeah,
Go for the other guy that you like. When you see a Dean Ambrose guy come out, do as I do, cheer him on. And you see Becky Lynch or Sasha Banks, the internet darling. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to get that flack from everybody. I mean, it's true. She's an internet darling, but I don't want to get that flag. I just don't. I don't need it just for voicing my opinion. But no, yeah, man.
yeah,
Yeah, just go for who you like. You know what I mean? Go for a Becky Lynch. Go for Dean Ambrose. Go for Sasha Banks. Go for whoever the hell you like. Even if it's Roman Reigns, go for him. I don't care. Just go for who you like, not for who you don't.
all right.
Yeah.
So we covered we were covering Luke Gallows and
We
then the
covered
Carlton.
Ambrose versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah, Ambrose versus Chris Jericho.
Okay, so next match is the New Day versus the Vaudevillains.
I don't feel like the Vaudevillains are gonna win.
I don't either,
I feel like
but
they
I would
want
like.
yeah, they wanted Enzo and Cass to win, but obviously Enzo got injured, so
Yeah,
mm,
I like the Vaudevillains though. I
yeah, me
think they're a
too.
good tag team, honestly. Oh well. All right. Next is the WWE United States title match. Kalisto versus Rusev.
I feel like they're gonna give it back to Rusev mainly for the reason that Cena's coming back and they may use that as his warm up feud.
Mm-hmm. Um, I would like to think that Rusev's coming back also with the win on this one,
Yeah,
simply to build him up as a top star.
again.
Again, yeah, that's the only reason I could draw Rusev coming out. Not only that, it's reported that Kalisto's injured, so he could be taking some time off afterwards. Which, by the way, they need to reduce some live events, or take away that second hour, do something. That injury problem's getting way too bad now.
Yep,
and it's been bad. Yeah. So, all right. Finally, we get on to the stipulation, including the women's title match. Charlotte versus Natalya. Now, winner of this bet, to all 0 viewers of you watching this, and probably more down the road. Anyway, the stipulation is, the prize. Let me give the prize. First off, the prize is not money, but something way more valuable than that. That is respect. That is respect. Yes.
That's spelled R-E-S-P-E-K, people. Don't listen to the dictionary. Respect.
Yeah, don't listen to the song. Listen to Birdman. Anyway.
Put some respect on this podcast.
Yeah. Not only respect, but also leadership rights. So, winner gets to call the shots for 1 month. All right.
And when I win, I'm going to make the PLK great again.
Actually, it's make Eduardo great again, but good.
I'm gonna make everything great again. I'm gonna make David great again. I'm gonna make Crime great. Well, he was never great, so.
Okay. All right. So, if you're wondering, the stipulation is I'm going for if Charlotte wins, yeah. Jordan calls the shots on Podcast Legend Killers for 1 month. If I win, I call the shots. Or if Natalya wins, I call the shots for 1 month. And that's how it is, because that's how I roll, as Christian Cage would put it. Now,
see, that's reason number one why you're gonna lose, because you just quoted Christian.
Now, Christian Cage was an
same
epic
person. It doesn't matter.
Okay, anyway, Natalya will win. I honestly see it. 3rd time's a charm. I see it happening.
It ain't gonna happen, and I'm gonna get my leadership rights.
Yes, they do want some. They don't want none of Natalya losing to Charlotte. They don't want none.
When I win, I will use all my authority on this podcast.
Well, you know what? Just prepare to respect my authority. Just a little heads up. Anyway.
I'm going to say every episode, prepare for trouble and make it double. To protect the world from devastation, to unite all people within our nations, to denounce the evils of truth and love, to extend a reach from the stars above. Join the wrestling fanatic and join the wrestling fanatic. Team Rocket. You know the rest.
Eduardo, that's right. Filling in for Meowth. Okay. But yeah, as Natalya will win, it's going to be a shame what you're going to have to go through.
Oh, is it now?
Be a shame. Yeah, you're going to cry at how much I will put you through.
You're going to make Jordan the Wrestling Fanatic great again?
Yeah. Oh, you bet your ass I'm going to make you great again. I'm going to make you perfect. To quote Kurt Angle, you are a boy and I am a man. And in a man's world, I love to play with boys. Wait, that
I need an adult. Wait, I am an adult.
And I like how I said that, and I'm like 2 years younger than you. Anyway,
but
okay.
if you've seen me, you wouldn't be able to tell my age. I look the same age as you.
Really?
Yes, I look good for my age.
You look good for your age, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young boy.
I look better than I ever did for my age. I'll tell you something. Doing wrestling not only has allowed me to have a big ass respect for the business.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, when you do wrestling, it'll open a lot of it'll open your eyes a lot to how hard they go in the ring. Trust me. And this isn't even pro wrestling. This is just folk style wrestling.
Yep.
But yeah, not only has it done that, and I'll get to that. It also helps me. It's also helped me feel more athletic, better, and just younger. I remember before I did wrestling, a year before, somebody told me I look like a 40-year-old man. And now I look like a teenager again. So, if I ever did look like a teenager, that is.
Well, to me, when I always wanted to, for 2 years now, I always had the dream of becoming a professional wrestler. So one day I was just like, I'm gonna start working out. After 2 years, I never looked back. I kept exercising, and I just feel better. Like I don't wake up sluggish. I can just kick up and wake up in the morning.
Yep.
And
I've been wanting to be a pro wrestler since I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, I've done other things for getting that dream, but now this is the commitment similar to Jordan. I also want to be a pro wrestler. Yep.
So hopefully this summer I'll have the money. I'm gonna stop by. I'm mainly what I'm waiting for is to get my driver's license so I can actually drive up there instead of having to rely on somebody to go there day in and day out. But if I have to, I'll do what I do and just ask my friend to bring me up.
I want to start getting my I want to start going to the DMV now, which I hope I get to start doing sometime in the summer. Who knows? Yeah, just get it out the way, and then by the time college rolls by, I'll be able to drive and stuff. And yeah. Anyway, going on.
Hopefully, I am able to go there, check them out, and then possibly get a membership there so I can start pursuing my dream.
Yeah, I'm with you. Now, that being said, after Natalia's won against Charlotte, we have the main event, which is Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles.
Sadly, I feel like Roman Reigns is going to win again.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. However, I feel like the club might turn on him.
If they do, I feel like that's either Roman Reigns is going to win or the match is going to end in disqualification.
Yeah, I just don't think.
Oh wait, it's an Extreme Rules match.
It's an Extreme Rules match. How is it going to end in disqualification?
See?
No.
I'm still going to make this podcast great again.
Okay.
If I was in charge, there would be no botches like that.
Okay. Now, as I was saying, I think. Great, Jordan. You and your botch made me lose track of thought. Anyway.
Welcome to Sin Cara's world.
Oh boy. Oh wow, it's 8:30 already. We started.
I'm gonna split this into 2 different episodes.
All right. Okay.
For viewing purposes, because nobody's gonna want to watch it. What is this? 2 hours?
It's 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna split it between 2.
Okay.
Yes.
You might as well give me one of them then.
Well, you're the one that's doing it, so it's automatically gonna upload. I'm probably just gonna put it in private and then download it, edit it, and re-upload them.
That's true. All right. So, yeah, as we were saying, I could see them turning on AJ Styles simply for the fact that I don't think AJ Styles is, even though WWE has stated them as a heel, according to you, I don't think they're pulling all the way with him as a heel. I think just for the sake of this storyline, he is a heel, but he's gonna go right back to face after it's over. That's how I think it.
This is what I picture going on Sunday. I can see them interfering in the match, taking out attacking Roman Reigns. The Usos come out, obviously. They take out the Usos. Roman Reigns is down for the count. and then they give AJ Styles a chair or something to pull the trigger. They're gonna make him do. They're gonna want him to do something.
Mm.
And AJ Styles isn't gonna pull the trigger. He's gonna put it down and say, "I don't need it," and that's when they're gonna attack him.
Mm. Okay. That does seem likely since they kind of done that with him lately. Like he's been denying them the chair,
Mm-hmm.
the how should I put it? The symbolical chair. That's the word I'm looking for.
Like he used it before, but he was just angry. I think this time he's gonna do it again. Like I don't need this to beat him.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, if he does lose this feud, hopefully he does get another title shot down the line and actually wins the title down the line.
Well, what David predicted is he feels like AJ Styles is gonna win the championship at Money in the Bank.
No.
Why I don't know. That his opinion. I'm not gonna argue against it. Actually, I am gonna argue against it.
But
I don't see why Money in the Bank of all pay-per-views he's gonna win it, because titles usually don't change hands at Money in the Bank because it's all about winning the Money in the Bank briefcase.
yeah, other than 2011 Money in the Bank, I don't think
Yeah.
it really changed hands. Oh no, it was the year prior, but
Yeah.
that was the World Heavyweight title, not the WWE title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't see it changing hands at Money in the Bank. I don't see
Unless they want to make Money in the Bank one of the big five now. They want to have 5 major pay-per-views, and I could see it, I guess. But no, I don't think that's what they're gonna do. Just me.
Same here.
Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for tuning into this podcast. That one tuned in earlier when you were talking about TNA, ironically enough. You know?
This is why we need to start talking about more things.
Yeah. Ironically enough, you're the same person saying that nobody gives a rat's ass about TNA, and now the one viewer that we had was when you were talking about TNA the entire time, and not one time after that since we got onto WWE. Wow.
The thing is, WWE is the mecca, the NFL, the NBA of pro wrestling. So everybody sees it coming. A lot of people have the same speculations and whatnot. But there's always that one person like that wants to know more about the sport of pro wrestling. So that's what my job is.
That's good. There's a reason you're called the wrestling fanatic, and with good reason.
That is true.
Yeah. So, that being said, I think it's fair to say we're closing out this podcast. I am I am the loose cannon, Eddy Lynch, joined by your co-host, JK Smiles. Just kidding. The Urban Outlaw, Johnny Vega, a.k.a. Jordan the Wrestling Fanatic, a.k.a. Jay Wyatt, a.k.a. Jordan Manyfield, a.k.a. Eduardo's Podcast Legend Killers partner.
I am the names.
Yes, he is. I am a man of much charisma. By Christian.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check into our later podcast. Be sure to check out our Facebook page, which we don't really post that much stuff to, but maybe if we get some members,
yes,
we'll actually start posting more stuff. So be sure to favorite, like, and subscribe, and get our names out there.
Yes. You could talk to me on Twitter. You could talk to me by email. If you guys have any questions, we will gladly answer them on the podcast. You know, you guys are the reasons we're doing this. Whenever we do this, anyway.
Another thing, I seen that Eddie and Crime got a new YouTube channel coming out called Pipe Squad, where they'll be posting tributes. Tribute
videos, I believe countdown videos.
We can also put reaction videos on there too. Like, say if there's a promo, like we can watch those and have a reaction to it.
Okay. Hopefully not like Jinx and all them. Just like Fine Brothers type reaction videos.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be good. Yeah. See, we're already in talks, and we're even negotiating live for the fans. See how that goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And me and David also went into talking about another channel called PLK Gaming, where we upload our gaming videos and have commentary over them.
Sounds good. Sounds good. It'll be just like oh, by the way, another plug. Jordan's Pixel Health Gaming. Check out that channel as well. Check out Multi-Generational Wrestling, which if you don't know, that's my stop motion channel. On this channel right now, this isn't the Podcast Legend Killers channel, but this is my newest main channel, which is the Eduardo Betancourt channel, Eddy Lynch. Email me at eddylynch16@gmail.com for anything you guys want answered, or even insight. After that,
was it your old channel that got taken down, or was it the PLK channel?
it was my old channel. Which, by the way, I said I was gonna give it a week's prior, before to get everybody settled in to my new channel, and then delete that one. But I see I still have it up. My old podcasting videos with Josh, I still need to get those taken out and saved to a similar place. Hopefully, more than likely, you'll see all those Roadblock live reactions. More than likely, you'll see those videos on the Podcast Legend Killers channel if it's all the same with you, Jordan. Yeah, but hopefully edited and worked correctly. I wish I still had the Royal Rumble live reaction, because that was fun. That was really fun.
There's always more opportunities for this year.
Yeah.
So
hopefully the next Royal Rumble we don't get that video taken down, and we have a good time just like last time. So yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. PLK.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed all the plugs. Hope you enjoyed all the topics. Hope you enjoyed the jokes, the topics, the insights, everything, and their mother was brought to this particular video. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Jordan, last words?
Trying to think of something to say. Just go with Jordan Wrestling Fanatic out.
All right. And remember, Jordan is thirsty for likes. So, get on it.